Hello guys, what I'm going to show you today is how you can optimize Assassin's Creed Shadows for the best performance quality ratio, okay? So if you want to have a good performance while having a decent quality of video, this is your video, all right? So keep in mind that I'm actually keeping, 40 to 50 stable FPS in the open world areas, okay? And I'm getting 30 to 35 FPS in the crowded city areas, okay? Where it's very, very, very crowded, okay? And I'm doing this with a NVIDIA 360 and with a normal Ryzen processor. Okay, so this is pretty good considering the graphical quality of this game. All right. So without further ado, let's actually go into the settings. I'm going to show you here. Let's go to options. Now, the first thing that you want to do is you want to, of course, enable your upscaler. And if you're using, an NVIDIA card, you should keep it to NVIDIA DLSS. And if you're using, another kind of core, just keep it to AMD FSR. All right. Now I want you to choose between performance, okay, or balance. Okay, this is going to depend on you really, but I find that performance and balance, they are able to keep actually a very good quality of video, and they massively improve your FPS. Okay, so I could strive for either performance or for balance. Okay, depending on your graphics card. Okay, so first try balance, and if you're still struggling, try performance. All right. Now, about frame generation, this is a very controversial setting because some of you, find this very useful because it really improves your FPS. It actually doubles your FPS. But the problem is that it can cause some problems and it can cause some lag actually, okay? So this is gonna really depend on you and on the type of look that you're trying to achieve, okay? If you find that you have lag while you use this setting, just turn it off, okay? This might also cause actually some FPS drops, okay? So this is completely optional and this is going to depend highly on you and on the problems that you get here, okay? You can turn it on off, okay? And you can also use the NVIDIA frame generation if you have GeForce 50 series. Now, you can disable motion blur if you're getting motion sickness, but that's up to you really. It's not going to make really a difference. And now in terms of the actual graphical settings, this is what we're going to get into here. I would actually recommend that you keep your ray tracing quality to high, your BBH quality to high also, and your ray trace global illumination you should keep to diffuse hideout only. Okay, this is going to actually impact your FPS a lot. I'm talking about 8 to 10%. Okay, so I would recommend having either this one or this one here, okay? But I actually prefer this one here, okay? Diffuse hideout only. Now, let's talk about the lighting effect. I could keep this to high, okay? I wouldn't even bother, getting them to low, okay? With the shadows quality, you can actually play a little bit, to between medium and high, but I could keep it to high also. This is not gonna make a huge difference in terms of like the requirements, and it's gonna make a massive difference in terms of the graphical quality. Now, texture instrument pool is going to be highly dependent on the VRAM that you have. Okay, I for example have 6 gigabytes, and I'm still able to run high textures. It is true that sometimes I get the FPS drops, but you can experiment with this. Okay, but I'm just telling you that even with a 360 with 6 gigabytes of RAM, you can run the textures in high. However, if you try to get them, higher than that, to very high or to ultra, you're gonna probably need, over 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Now, post effects, word quality, and particle quality, I keep them to high, and very high. These don't make a huge difference. Maybe the particle quality can make a little bit of a difference, okay, if you're struggling with VRAM, but the others one are actually not gonna make a lot of difference, okay? So keep this either to high or to very high. Okay, I'm actually gonna try high. Now, loading distance I also keep to high. Drawing distance I keep to very high, but you can keep to high as well. And the micro polygon is actually a critical setting. Okay, I keep it to low because this really, is gonna fight against your VRAM and it's gonna consume a lot of your VRAM. Okay, if you start to increase it, it's gonna really eat your VRAM. Okay, so I actually keep it to low here. All right. Now, terrain quality, you should keep it to ultra high or to very, very high. Do not go below that. It doesn't make difference in terms of performance. Deformation, you should actually keep it to high, okay, at the very least. Scatter density, keep it to very high or ultra high. And virtual textures, I actually keep them too low for the same reasons as the micropolygons, okay? They consume a lot of VRAM, okay? And they don't really make a difference in terms of, graphics. So yeah, character quality, I keep it too high. Her strengths, I keep them too high in all characters. They don't make a difference, okay? So just go for the highest settings, which is this one here. Cloud quality doesn't make a difference in terms of performance, so I keep it to the very, almost in ultra actually. And the default quality, I also keep it in very high. Okay, it doesn't make a difference. So what I'm trying to say here is that just to try to keep most settings to high unless you're really struggling with performance. Okay, most settings are actually set to high here, except possibly for a texture related settings such as texture streaming pool. If you're struggling with VRAM, you can keep them in medium, but I actually have high and I don't have a problem. Micropolygon, and what else I said? Yeah, virtual textures here. So yeah, except for this one, you should actually keep them in high at the very least, and some of them in very high, and some of them even in ultra high. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much.